Welcome back to my YouTube channel Rare Coins Treasures. What if I told you a single penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, could buy you a luxury car, wipe out your debt, and still leave you enough for a beach house in Florida? Sounds insane, right? Well, buckle up, because the 2009 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny just rocked the coin world with a jaw-dropping sale of $432,000. And here's the craziest part. You might have one sitting in an old jar in your garage right now. Before you toss that penny into a vending machine, you may want to watch this to the very end. Because in the next 10 minutes, you're going to discover how one tiny mistake from the US Mint could make you a multimillionaire. 2009 was a monumental year for the Lincoln penny. It marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the Mint released 4 different reverse designs to celebrate his life. But amidst the excitement, something slipped through the cracks. A small batch of these pennies, minted in Philadelphia, somehow missed the mint mark entirely. That simple omission, a missing tiny P, transformed these coins into unicorns. Now think about this, we can send people to space, but we still occasionally mess up a mint mark on a penny. Coincidence, or fate handing you a fortune? Grinning face with smiling eyes. Only a handful of these no-mint mark 2009 pennies exist in pristine condition. One recently went under the hammer for a staggering $432,000, and it wasn't even the highest graded specimen out there. But what exactly makes your penny potentially worth 6 figures? Keep watching, we're just getting started. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we need to unlock the trifecta of coin collecting: rarity, condition, and error. The no-mint mark 2009 Lincoln penny is an unintentional error. Fewer than a few dozen have ever been authenticated by top graders like PCGS or NGC. That rarity alone pushes the value sky high. It's like finding a golden ticket in your pocket, except this one comes with a down payment on a mansion. Collectors look for coins in mint state, MS65 or higher. A penny that looks flawless under 5x magnification? That's your jackpot. Got one with red luster, no scratches, and sharp detail? Don't clean it, just get it graded. Never clean your coins. Ever. Unless you enjoy turning a $400,000 coin into a 4-cent disaster. In 2024 and 2025, coin prices exploded. Why? More collectors, online auctions, and get this, TikTok and YouTube videos going viral. One 2009 penny even sparked a 3-way bidding war on eBay. The final price? $432,000. That buyer didn't just want the coin. They wanted the story. And that story could be yours. But here's where things get real. Coming up next, how to tell if your 2009 penny is the $1 million kind or just pocket change. Alright, grab your magnifying glass. We're going treasure hunting. Checklist to spot a valuable 2009 no-mint mark penny. No mint mark under the year: reverse type, log cabin, formative years, professional life, or presidency. Look for a deep red luster, no scratches, no wear. Original shine. If you've checked those boxes, don't waste time. Get it authenticated. Contact PCGS or NGC. Do not post blurry photos online or ask your cousin Larry what it's worth. Get professional help. Because the next record-breaking sale could be tomorrow and your penny could be the headline. Let's be real, how many lottery tickets have you bought this year? Maybe it's time to check your change instead. You don't need luck. You just need to look. Millions of pennies were minted in 2009, but only a few hold the key to a wealthy lifestyle. Are you sitting on a forgotten fortune? Drop a comment below if you've got a 2009 penny. We might just feature your coin in our next video. And hit that subscribe button, because next week, we're revealing the secret behind a 1995 penny worth $54,000. It involves a double vision you never knew you had. What if I told you there's a single penny sitting in your junk drawer? That could be worth over $732,000. A penny that was minted in 1964? And might just turn your spare change into a life-changing fortune. Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the twist. It's not just a fantasy. It's real. It's rare. And it could be hiding in plain sight, in your own home. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why collectors are paying 6 figures for this 1-cent treasure. The year was 1964. The Beatles ruled the radio, gas was just 30 cents a gallon, and millions of Lincoln pennies were being minted. Most of them utterly ordinary. Let's be honest. Back then, a penny couldn't even buy you a decent gumball. And today? Well, you'd need about 200 of them just to annoy a vending machine. But among the sea of copper coins, a few, very few 1964 Lincoln pennies were struck with such shocking rarity and error that collectors today are bidding over $700,000 to get their hands on them. And here's where it gets thrilling. Point one of these coins recently sold at auction for $732,000, verified and graded in mint condition, with ultra-rare characteristics that made numismatists' jaws drop. But what exactly makes this coin so valuable? Because not all 1964D pennies are created equal. To the untrained eye, a 1964D penny might look like pocket change. But here's what separates the worthless from the wealthy. The D stands for the Denver Mint, but some of these coins were struck using proof dies, which weren't supposed to be in Denver at all. That misplacement. That's your golden ticket. Double die obverse, DDO, look at the Liberty. The In God We Trust. Or the date if the letters or numbers are doubled. You may be holding a double die obverse, one of the rarest minting errors in U.S. history. Grading matters. Animus 67 red specimen. Meaning it's in nearly perfect, uncirculated condition with full copper luster, is where the big money lies. Quick check. When's the last time you actually looked closely at your pennies? Or are they just jingling around in your car cup holder, planning their escape? Because here's the urgent truth. With every passing year, fewer of these rare 1964D pennies survive. And every collector who finds one drives the demand, and the price, even higher. Coming up next, I'll tell you exactly how to identify if your 1964D penny is worth a jaw-dropping 6 figures, or just 6 cents. So you're probably wondering, how do I check if my 1964D penny is worth $732,000? Inspect with a loop. Use a 10x magnifier. Look at the date, the word Liberty, and especially the mint mark, D. Any doubling? Raised die marks? Smooth fields with sharp lettering? Color and luster. Check if the coin is a rich, vibrant red, and shows minimal wear. It may qualify for red designation, the highest grade for copper coins. Grade and authenticate. Submit your penny to PCGS or NGC, the top professional coin graders. A grading of MS 65 or higher could launch you into the high-value zone. And if it has the double die or proof strike error, you could be looking at hundreds of thousands. Selling for maximum value. Don't rush to eBay. Work with rare coin auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers. They attract millionaire collectors willing to pay big. Imagine selling a single penny for enough to pay off your mortgage, buy your dream car, or even retire early. Now imagine throwing it away because you didn't know what you had. But wait, how common is this coin really? Is the $732,000 coin a once-in-a-lifetime fluke, or is there still time for you to find one? Here's the truth. The window is closing. Collectors are snatching up rare 1964D Lincoln pennies every year. Fewer are left in circulation. Fewer are found in collections. And with values surging, now is the time to accede. So tonight, skip the Netflix binge. Grab a flashlight, raid your coin jars, and play the ultimate game of, where's my $732,000? If you found this eye-opening, hit the like button, subscribe for more coin secrets, and share this with someone who might be sitting on $1 million penny and has no idea. Don't just collect coins. Collect wealth. Imagine stumbling upon a dusty penny in your drawer, a coin worth just 1 cent, until you realize it could be worth over $621,000 today. Yes, that's right, $621,000. And it's not fantasy. It's a fact. The 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has stunned collectors and auction houses. But here's the catch, most people have no idea what makes this coin so valuable. Could one be hiding in your collection right now? So before you toss that old penny in the tip jar or give it to a gumball machine, ask yourself, would you trade $500,000 for a stick of bubblegum? Let's rewind to 1971. Nixon was president, gas was 40 cents a gallon, and the U.S. Mint struck over 1 billion Lincoln cents in Philadelphia. Most were forgotten, but just a few were struck with microscopic flaws so rare they now command life-changing fortunes. And here's the twist, these valuable pennies don't carry a mint mark. That's right, no P, no D, no S. Just a simple Lincoln penny, hiding in plain sight. But how does a plain coin become worth 6 figures? That's where the mystery unfolds. You see, value in coin collecting isn't about age alone. It's about rarity, condition, and die errors. In 1971, some Lincoln cents were struck with a double die obverse, a striking error where the design appears doubled. Zoom in effect for animation show doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." If you see doubling on Lincoln's profile or the text, stop everything. You may be holding a treasure disguised as pocket change. Wait, are you running to check your coin jar yet? Because honestly, if you're not, we might have to send a search party. Collectors and dealers now scan 1971 no-mint mark pennies under high magnification, hunting for this double-die error. And when one surfaces in pristine condition, MS-65 red or higher, bidding wars erupt. In 2023, one such coin was auctioned for a jaw-dropping $621,000. Because mint-state double-die pennies are unicorns in the coin world. And serious collectors will pay anything to own a piece of that myth. Now here's where it gets real. Millions of Americans unknowingly own rare coins tucked away in drawers, jars, or old coin folders. That 1971 penny? It could be sitting inside a forgotten envelope, waiting for someone like you to recognize its power. So ask yourself, are you going to be the one who discovers it? Or the one who gives it away and finds out too late? And just when you think that's the end of the story, there's one more twist. A rare version of this penny might contain a second, hidden error that no one's talking about. One that could push its value even higher. So here's your mission. Check your coin jars, your old collections, your family's stash. Look for that 1971 Lincoln penny, no mint mark, doubled text, red luster. If you find it, you might just trade 1 cent for a new wealthy lifestyle. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, because next week we reveal a 1-cent coin that's worth even more. You won't believe how many people already threw it away. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, one you might have forgotten in a jar, a drawer, or the cup holder of your old Chevy, could be worth over $500,000 right now? Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because this isn't a fantasy. This 1990 no-mint mark Lincoln cent has shaken up the coin collecting world, and it might just change your life. Now, before you go checking your couch cushions, there's something you must know, because not all 1990 pennies are created equal. And missing this could cost you $500,000. Let's rewind to 1990. George H.W. Bush was president. Gas was $1.34 a gallon. And millions of pennies rolled off the presses at the U.S. Mint, but then something very strange happened. In Philadelphia, where coins are usually stamped with a P mint mark, a small batch of 1990 Lincoln cents slipped through the cracks with no mint mark at all. This wasn't a design change. It was an error. A minting mistake, and one that collectors would later pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to own. Imagine this. A tiny detail, the absence of a single letter, turns a 1-cent coin into a life-changing jackpot. Think that's wild? Well, hold onto your seat, because one of these coins recently sold for $521,000 at auction. Now I know what you're thinking. A penny worth over $500,000? What's next? A nickel that buys a house. So what makes this 1990 penny so special, and why is it commanding these astronomical prices? Let's break it down. The missing mint mark. The 1990 no mint mark error should never have happened. By that year, Philadelphia pennies were required to have a P. The ones without it? Rare. Very rare. Condition matters. The coin that sold for $521,000 was graded proof 69 deep cameo, nearly perfect. But here's the shocker, even lesser grades are pulling in 5-figure prices. That's right. Even if yours isn't pristine, you could still walk away with tens of thousands in your pocket. But here's the catch, most people have no idea what they're holding. They toss these pennies back into circulation, or worse, cash them in at Coinstar for face value. Every day, fortune slips through someone's fingers without them even knowing. And in just a minute, I'll tell you how to check if your penny is the real deal and the one deadly mistake that could reduce its value to nothing. So how do you know if your 1990 penny is worth a fortune? It's simple, but critical. Check the date. Look for a 1990 Lincoln penny with no mint mark just under the year. Be careful, the mint mark can wear off with age. That's why, inspect the strike quality. These valuable coins were proof strikes, originally made for collectors. They'll have a shiny, mirror-like background with frosted, raised designs. Don't clean it. Don't touch it with your bare hands. Send it to a trusted coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Think of them like the coin FBI. They'll tell you if your penny is a hidden millionaire or just pocket lint with dreams. Why is this urgent? Because time is running out. As more people uncover these coins and get them graded, the rarity shrinks, and so do the sky-high prices. The window to turn your coin into generational wealth is closing, but if you act fast, if you take a moment, right after this video, to check your old coins, you might just find your golden ticket. What would you do with $500,000? Pay off the mortgage? Travel the world? Start that dream business? The answer might already be in your change jar, and next time we'll reveal 3 more modern pennies worth over $100,000, including one from 2006 that could be sitting in your kitchen drawer right now. Subscribe, like, and tap the bell because your next coin could be your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. What if I told you that a tiny copper coin sitting in your junk drawer right now could be your ticket to a 6-figure payday? Yes, I'm talking about a single 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that recently shook the coin world when it sold for a jaw-dropping $618,000. Imagine turning 1 cent into a new life. A dream home, debt-free living, early retirement, all from a coin you likely forgot you even had. Stick around because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for and why time is running out to cash in before someone else does. The year was 1995. Gas was $1.15 a gallon. The internet was still dialing up, and the US Mint was cranking out Lincoln pennies like clockwork, over 6 billion to be exact. But buried in that mountain of coins, something unexpected happened. A few coins, extremely rare, came off the press with a fatal flaw. Kind of like when you try to text your boss and accidentally send a message meant for your cat. Mistakes happen. These particular 1995 pennies lacked a mint mark. That alone isn't strange. Philadelphia coins don't usually have one. But what is strange is what happened during minting. A strong doubling effect on the coin's obverse side. We're talking bold doubling in Lincoln's date, motto, and Liberty inscription. To the untrained eye? Just another penny. To collectors? A holy grail. This type of error is called a double die obverse, or DDO for short. It's a mechanical hiccup where the coin die imprints the design twice at slightly different angles. And in 1995, this mistake led to one of the most sought-after modern pennies of all time. Now here's the terrifying part: millions of these were minted, but only a few hundred remain in mint condition. Most were spent, lost in circulation, or thrown away. And here's the real kicker: one of them recently sold for over $600,000. But before I reveal why this particular coin sold for that much, let me ask you something. When's the last time you really looked at a penny? Not just saw it, but examined it. You might want to grab a magnifying glass. Because the secret to spotting a $600,000 coin lies in the smallest detail. The 1995 double die shows clear doubling in the letters Liberty and In God We Trust. Not blurry, not faint, bold and crisp. Grading agencies like PCGS and NGC have certified only a few in top condition, MS68 or higher. And those are the money dash makers. In a high-stakes auction not long ago, a 1995 Lincoln cent with no mint mark in near-flawless condition sold for a record-breaking $618,000 because it had everything collectors crave. Perfect doubling, mint state condition, and a powerful narrative. A modern coin with vintage rarity. Let that sink in. 1 penny. 6 figures. That's the kind of once-in-a-lifetime flip that turns an average person into an instant legend in the coin world. What would you do with $618,000? Pay off your house? Start a business? Take that world cruise you've been dreaming of? Or maybe you just buy 1,000,000 tacos and live like a fast food king. Hey, no judgment. Here's what you need to do right now. Check every 1995 penny in your stash. Look for doubling in the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you suspect something special, get it graded professionally. You could be sitting on a life-changing treasure. Because while most people are letting these slip through their fingers, a few are turning 1 cent into a fortune. And get this, there's another Lincoln penny even rarer than the 1995 DDO, worth nearly $2 million. But that's a story for another video. Subscribe now and turn your coin collection into cash. Like this video if you believe wealth is hiding in plain sight, and share this with someone who always says, it's just a penny. What if I told you that a single penny from 2002, a coin you probably passed over at a gas station or tossed into your junk drawer, could be worth $732,000 right now? Yes, $732,000 for 1 Lincoln penny. Before you laugh it off, let me ask you, have you checked your change lately? Quick screen flash of the 2002 D penny with $732,000 overlay in bold. Most people think life-changing money comes from winning the lottery or a high-stakes investment. But sometimes it comes from the smallest places, the 2002 D Lincoln penny. A coin struck at the Denver Mint. 1 cent in value unless, of course, you happen to own the right one. In 2002, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of these pennies. But among those millions, a few rare errors slipped through, errors so elusive they've sparked bidding wars among top collectors. Now, here's the kicker. Some of these flawed coins have fetched over $732,000 in private sales and rare coin auctions. Wait, a penny worth more than a Porsche? Yes, and it could be hiding inside your change jar. Let that sink in for a second. You've been complaining about gas prices while a fortune's been chilling next to your expired coupons. But what makes this coin so special? And how do you know if your 2002 penny is worth a fortune or just 1 cent? Let's get into the secrets. What separates a $732,000 penny from an ordinary one? It comes down to 3 powerful factors: condition, rarity, and errors. The jackpot penny most collectors are hunting for is one with a striking error, specifically a double die or off-center strike. Some even have a misaligned mint mark or a reverse design anomaly. These flaws are invisible to the average eye, but to a seasoned collector, they're gold. Grading is king. That same 2002 penny in circulated condition might be worth $1 or $2. But in mint state 67 or above, you're suddenly playing in 6-figure territory. Only a handful of coins have survived in that pristine condition, and yes, these high-grade coins are authenticated by top grading services like PCGS or NGC, so there's no faking it. Supply is low. Demand is high. Combine that with a perfect storm of collectors chasing modern-era errors and you've got explosive value. The 2002 error pennies are like hidden landmines of wealth just waiting to be discovered by someone who knows what to look for. Ever wonder why Uncle Joe won't let anyone near his old coin jars? Yeah, now you know. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, what if I already spent one without knowing? That's the fear. But here's the excitement. Imagine holding a 2002 penny, realizing it has that subtle doubling on Lincoln's eye, a tiny misprint on the reverse, or even a shadowed mint mark. You send it in for grading, heart racing. Weeks later, the report comes in, MS68. Suddenly, you're not just someone with spare change. You're sitting on a 6-figure treasure. And your journey toward wealth? It starts with a single coin. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom lens. Look at Lincoln's eye, the date, and the mint mark. Check for off-center strikes or doubling, especially on the reverse text, 1 cent and United States of America. Use resources like the PCGS Price Guide or Heritage Auctions to compare verified sales, and if you're unsure, submit it for grading. And hey, if your eyesight's not what it used to be, get the grandkids involved. Tell them it's a treasure hunt. Cheaper than Disney and might just pay for it too. Every day, more of these coins vanish into circulation, into machines, or get lost forever. The longer you wait, the smaller your chance of finding one that could make you rich. So ask yourself, what's sitting in your pocket right now? Don't ignore your pennies. Check your jars. Dig through that old coin folder. Because one small coin might lead to big money, and if you want to learn how to spot the next $1 million coin before anyone else, hit that subscribe button, tap the bell icon, and watch our next video where we reveal the 1988 penny that's turning heads at auction houses.